feet, please.
Shalom, man. We start by saying all praises to Yahweh. And we're here pretty much, man, we're going to let brothers, Pastor Rakar, I'm here with the other brothers. Of course, I'm here with some of my brothers from my Dallas camp, the Elder Yatazaki, Yara Allah, brother, introduce yourself. But we're here, we got we down here, we got a few other, we're in Mississippi. We're in Mississippi for the weekend. Beautiful, beautiful weekend. Last night, went out to the camp, we was out there, and we had like shit out. How many camps we had? Last night? 4 camps? We had, y'all gotta help me. Who do we have? What?
New Orleans. 6.
Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Memphis, all these southern camps. We had Memphis, Nashville, Alabama. Did Alabama leave? I think that's cool. Oh, damn, I wanted to kick it with the others. But yeah, man, but Alabama, Nashville, Memphis, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Texas. So some of the brothers had to leave, but most of the brothers. Who do we got here right now in the room?
New Orleans.
New Orleans, we got Memphis,
Baton Rouge,
and Baton Rouge, and Dallas. So we're still here, man. We still here hanging tight. So we here. So of course, in the spirit, we're gonna do a sit down, man. Anyways, man, it's a spiritual edification. We're just going into it. We've been, all morning, all night. We've been talking. When brothers come together like this, we just chopping it up, man. We just, I'll talk is spiritual. I mean, we're men, so we might talk about women, we might talk about pussy, butt, and well, but then we go right. Most of our talk is spiritual, man. But the brother here, introduce yourself, brother.
I'm the brother Yakanai from New Orleans.
Okay, and basically the brother had found like some information. Because we were just talking about things about how, you catch hell in this truth, how the demons mess with you, they attack you, and how the demons control these people in the world. We've been saying this for years. It's actual demons, man. It's actual demons that attack you and make people behave in the way that they behave. Your car, you're driving your car or your truck, your car's driving fine, and all of a sudden, something come up. And then sometimes 2 or 3 different things, man. You go to the mechanic, then you gotta fucking get 3 different things done on the car. It's gonna cost some money. You end up paying $1,000, and then it's all spiritual, man. And I got a scripture we're gonna start with, and I know brothers after that is just gonna be a domino effect spiritually. Brothers gonna come with scriptures and stuff. Ephesians. We're gonna start with Ephesians. Yeah. But before you read that, I want the brother to bring out this article or this information. It's not actually an article, it's just some information online the brother looked up. Yeah, you got it, brother.
Back about a year or so back, I was looking up demons and just the hierarchy of demons and how the things they do. And I stumbled on this particular article. Me and another brother talking. And this is, the website is called demonbuster.com. It's a demon called Boise. It says, it's going to get into this. It says a demon named Temper can cause you to have a temper. It says a demon named Depression can cause you to be depressed. Now, this the point. It says Boises are 2 demons that interfere with any electrical equipment, i.e. phones, computers, printers, and automobiles. So anything that breaks in your cars, computers and shit, it's a literal demon that be doing it, to fuck with you, man. To attempt to, to stop you from doing one thing you want to do. You might find to put up a video and all of a sudden, a damn new laptop break, your phone, different shit like that. That's a literal demon.
Your Wi-Fi start acting up.
Your audio don't get uploaded on your video that you do or something like that.
Yeah. Or sometimes you want to upload a video with no sound. Right.
Just recently, we was doing the live stream, and all type of fucking voices and shit start coming through the megahertz and shit. As we doing the video, demons hollering and crying and shit.
Wow.
But that's it's true, man. We say these things, and literally since I be playing, but those demons are real. Demons fuck with your car. All these alternators and shit.
Yeah.
Check engine light.
I'm tired.
I said that. My last payment was last week. Now all of a sudden my damn check engine light come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And the check engine light goes on and off.
Right.
My truck, my check engine light's been on for years. It'll be on. Sometimes it won't be on. Sometimes it'll come on. You know, I got a thing in my truck right now. I got to replace not the on your battery, right? Because sometimes I go to start my truck, it's dead. Then I got to pop the hood. It's not the post, the fucking clamp piece that goes on the battery post. That clamp piece, only one of it got to be replaced. So like when I hit bumps, like where I live out there in Grand Prairie, Texas, you got the railroad tracks and this like the roads, or any bumps, it'll loosen up. So that it's the same.
I got one.
Yep.
I know y'all probably had something about it, whatever.
Read that.
Yeah, Job 2:1, it says, again, there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. So Satan's always in the midst, just kind of how we talking about it, especially when you're trying to present yourself to the Lord, maybe do a video, something spiritual. You'll get a phone call like out of nowhere, you end up having a 15-minute conversation. Now, you ain't even in the spirit to do the lesson no more. Or you'll click on a video or something on your related, that's Satan. But in every aspect, because it's spirits on these cars and on these different devices that we use as well. It says, and the Lord said unto Satan, from whence thou comest? And Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. So this is just the example when Satan was set to buffet Job, but we can all equate to these things, and it's really how you react when these certain things is happening, though. But you have to acknowledge that it's there.
Yeah.
That's the point being made,
Right, man. That's right.
I got a piece of that.
Yeah, that's all I want to get on there.
Get them rolling. Beautiful, beautiful. It's Satan. That's the
right. That's the point,
This is Romans 12:21. It said, be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. So like I say, they're not strange concerning the fiery trial. So when things do start to test you, you gotta overcome it with the spirit. You know what I mean? And how you do overcome it with faith.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially when you go on your way to camp, like I've had blowout, literally when I got off the exit to go downtown, on the way to camp. So Satan's always coming to present himself when you come to present yourself to the Lord. Yeah, it's that duality, Yeah,
baby. Yeah.
You got guys like Vocab Malone will make fun of us saying Satan messes with the stream, though.
Right.
But he's not spiritual. You don't see that, but bros see that. Bro just prove it. Right. It's actually Satan really messing with the stream and in the megahertz and all that. So but guys like Vocab Malone, they can't see that.
Yeah, it's not spiritual. How could Satan not be fucking with us? See, that proved that, the brother just brought out Job. Now, Vocab Malone, you bastard. You're Satan. Which I believe you set up to do what you're doing. You set up, man. He's just being a demon. But the brother brought out, read that, go into that again, Bubba Kuchai, that information.
You got it, if you got it already.
Because we're going to pick off that, and already scriptures are coming, It's demons that's actually, well, I know years ago, the Elder Tasha Dakpa, big Elder Tasha Dakpa, but I know all of you guys know who he is with the glasses, that, heavy brother. He would always say, he was the spirit, he go, yeah, man, Satan be touching your shit. Satan be touching your shit.
Yeah, I was going to say something too, because the guys, you can look this up, the two guys that built the TV, one guy came up with the program and the other guy came up with the actual frame of the TV. Both of those two guys was a part of the Golden Dawn Society, which is like a lower level part of the Illuminati and shit. And they put the program in which deals with mediums, with demons and shit, So that's why, like you said, this shit is touched by Satan.
Yeah.
Computers and shit. Because they already called the TV they just said the TV is like Satan, the eye of Satan or something like that.
Yeah.
The name. I forgot.
The
You got
monster.
channels.
Yeah.
You got channels for the channel spirits.
Yeah.
They channel,
Yeah.
I forgot what they
for the
said.
vibrations up and down, frequency.
Yeah, or and like they call it that moment, the idiot box.
Signals. That's signals, yeah.
Yeah.
The idiot box.
We got somebody else.
Yeah. Read it again.
It says, voice and voicey are two demons that interfere with any electronic equipment, i.e. phone, computer, printer, automobile.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah. And
I want you to expound on
yeah,
it.
they do it.
Brother out.
We do it because when you I think we did a short lesson on it before. When you go into like electronics or being an electrician, the different symbols that you got to understand in the electrician world really goes back to it really goes back. I forgot it was the I think I'm you probably know what I'm talking about. When we were dealing with that lesson with the electronics, like the different symbols for electronics, it goes back to sorcery, man.
Mm-hmm.
Witchcraft.
Yeah, satanic.
Satanic. Like a lot of people listen to in their cars, they got the satellite radio, that dog Siri. That's all goes back to witchcraft.
Yeah, because
You know that, man.
Because energy is out there.
Yeah, that dog.
Yeah, energy is out there. Esau found a way to harness the energy, and what he do? He charged you for the use of it.
Yeah.
You know, because when you look at them electronic, like bro, I did construction work, but I'm not an electrician. Now my cousin, y'all know Elder Menatazak, right? Bishop Elder Menatazak, that's my cousin. He's an electrician, so he understands all that shit. He had to learn it. But when you look at it, man, like being on construction sites, you pick up a few little things. All that electrical shit. When you look at you look at a wall, like an outlet, and all that shit is pulled up, not the cover. You pull that cover off, and you look at it's like the symbols of it is satanic. Yeah.
Because what's the other guy? I always forget his name. He was outside with the so-called kite. Ben Franklin. Ben Franklin out there learning how to conduct electricity. That guy he was a part of the Golden Dawn.
Oh, he was a top warlock.
Yeah. He went outside looking for electricity. He was conjuring up demons and shit. Because even when that guy died, he went in his house and they found bodies of children, women, and people, man. So a warlock. And like I say, the TV is one of those mediums. You know, they conjure up these demons in it. Right? And these demons are basically set up to go what? Against the men of the Lord.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get you to make no video. I'm against you.
Yeah.
Making a video, you know? Because this society is for the demons. This society is for Satan, man.
This is the world.
Another thing is like you gotta look at mine and ultimately take it to the fact that everybody that watch TV. He's ultimately a controller of the media. So he's pushing out, like y'all brothers brought up, the word frequency, right? Signal. That all goes back to the word vibration. You know, the spirit, which is real demonic, and they're pushing out to everybody that's throughout the four winds of the earth. You know? That's why you got kids that grow up and, get these homosexual spirits that's on them. You know? What's up, Bob?
Now you got it. Finish.
I'm sure they keep going on that.
You know, so ultimately, as when we were talking about earlier, while you're not having the parents in the home, they're constantly watching the TVs. They're constantly getting these vibrations on them.
Video games.
Video games, and it's all wicked, demonic spirit that constantly grows and grows to where they ultimately become to a state that they really just consume it, When certain demons get on you to a level, you can't fast and pray up shit off.
Yeah.
You can't. You boiled out,
I got a scripture to prove that this so-called white man, he's all about Satan. He conjured up these different demons. He put these demons to be in these different devices. Now I'm gonna read down to the point, and brother gonna get the word from this 2 Thessalonians 2:7 it says, "For the mystery of iniquity does already work. Only he who will let it until he be taken out of the way. And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the workings of Satan, with all power, signs, and lying wonders." And the brethren get the word working. Let's see what it says.
This is Strong's G1753, energia, which means working. In the so-called New Testament, used only of superhuman power, whether of the Most High or of the devil.
Right. And this so-called white man has the power, which is given from the Most High, but he has the power from Satan, man. That energy. That's why he puts up these symbols all over the place, these different pictograms and they call them opalists and stuff like that, because he conjured up energy from Satan. puts it in these different devices.
Yeah.
That's why,
No?
that's why the scripture said in 1 Corinthians, by us being the men of the Lord, we look at the things which are not seen. We got to remain spiritual, because I got a quick precept, real quick, is Ezekiel 9:1. It says, he cried also in my ears with a loud voice, saying, cause them that have charge over the city to draw near, every man with his destroying weapon in his hand. See, so Yahweh Shema Shah, he personally got demons over each city, state, throughout the four winds. And that's what's bringing up vibration. That's what's bringing the killings, because what scripture tells us that what Yahweh Shema Shah created light and darkness. Point blank period. It is the working of the Lord, but it's for us to be spiritual, and stay in the spirit, and not get cornered in order to overcome these things when we face them. That's why it says we're not ignorant to Satan's devices.
Right.
And like I said, a point the brother Kazak from Mississippi made. You've been. It's all about the resistance. You have a demon fighting against you.
Yeah.
And the computer break is about what you do after it. Well, okay, the computer break, we're gonna find another computer to upload the video. Like this brother said, his call blew out. Well, the call can say until I go finish camera. I'll deal with it later, man. You gotta still fight through these different things,
Don't let that be the end all be all and defeat you in that
Right,
moment.
right.
Yeah.
We got opposition. We have something imposing us in the spirits.
And when you get into energy, like the brother said, you look for a reaction. There's a reaction to energy. And Satan is always active. All right. So when you go into energy, it means active, working in it. So the reaction that you get, that you actually take from it, is how you work back against it. It's how you oppose. Because Satan always oppose himself on you, man. All right. So you gotta oppose him. It says resist the devil and he shall flee. So you gotta be active. You can't be dormant fighting these demons. You gotta be active. You gotta go.
Yeah. Everybody here should deal with this. You about to do a video, woman get the cut up in the house. Children, dog next door.
Concentration.
Dog,
That's a demon. Yeah, concentration.
Yeah, concentration. You gotta still, which I fight through this brother here,
Heaven.
fighting for peace, man.
For peace, yeah.
Yeah.
And Satan is trying to impose himself on you to take peace from you.
Yeah.
That's his job.
You cannot take peace.
Take peace from the earth.
Right.
To take that peace from the earth, he used his technology.
Yeah.
His energy.
The media. You got Instagram. You got all these technology that he used to get the mind of the people.
Yeah.
Going back to westernization.
Right.
The definition of westernization.
Read that, Con.
It said westernization. It says a process whereby societies come under or adopt Western culture. So this is one of the so-called white man tactics that he used. He said technology, science, education, politics, economics.
Oh man, and Sheikh Israel, all the tribes are caught up in all that.
Yeah.
Biden, vote for Biden. Kamala Harris, the first black woman president. Whatever. Biden, he loved us. He ain't racist like Trump, all that bullshit. And then listen, if you brothers have been out camping in the woods, it's so peaceful when you go camping for a weekend or a couple of days. You go to bed, you go to sleep early. Really, when the sun goes down, you're supposed to go to sleep. Your body rests. And you wake up early. You wake up at 7 in the morning, 6. Wow, you're energized. But see, when we hear Western culture, when you back here in the house, in the cities, what?
Concrete.
And you got cable TV, YouTube, the demon, it's got demons on it. You want to sit up all night looking at TV.
1 o'clock, yeah.
1 o'clock in the morning, 1, 2 in the morning.
So you just got off at like 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Already through.
That's why you're lethargic when you wake up in the morning, just because you ain't, that's not natural.
God.
That's Satan. Them vibrations, that energy, man.
God.
The spirit. Right. All this carry spirit, especially education.
Because remember, when you brother earlier brought up the movie They Live, one thing that kept happening in They Live, they kept saying, obey, watch the TV, watch, consume.
Wow.
It's about pushing that.
That's one of the baddest movies of all time. That was one of the greatest movies of all time. They Live with Rodney Patton.
That's a bad movie.
Yeah. Obey. That's America. Like, for real, it's all subliminal with your demons.
That's it.
Little messages.
Right.
Oh, being in the brother, get Ephesians.
I got it already.
Read it.
All right. God. It's the book of.
Because brothers, it's all about power, man. You
Yeah.
gotta fight them spirits in the name of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai.
Yeah. Hey, just to back up, I want to say something what you were speaking on about the work, about working in the construction of
Yes, sir.
I do the same thing.
God.
So those electrical wires, they have something called a GFCI,
Yeah.
which is a ground fault circuit interrupter. Okay, which controls the can de-energize the electricity from going from one point to the other. Why you think when you can touch the door handle, you get an automatic shock from just touching the door? That's a spirits, demons.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10. Finally, my brother, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shai.
Let's jump in, y'all. Go ahead, man.
They said put on the whole armor.
That's right.
So really, you got to put, they say we walk by faith, not by sight. So we got to trust in the Lord, with all thy what? Mind, body, and soul, man. So put on the whole armor, we have to walk in the truth, being what circumspect. We got to understand when we is being tested.
Okay.
This like I say, it's a battle. It's a battle, man.
Yeah, and the whole armor goes into your daily walk. Because the minute or second that you stray away from this ministry, the demons sitting there waiting on you, waiting for the test. Hey, the demons, they are jakes. Those are our brothers, and they sit there and be waiting. They know you better than you know yourself.
He didn't learn how to understand it, the man in the congregation of the dead.
Remember, it's heavy you say that. Remember earlier, this is why we were having some heavy conversations all morning. Just in the kitchen talking, so let's put this on camera, baby. Earlier we were talking about the woman thing. And then we were talking about how, the elder Zach was here. He said, the Lord give you an out, take it, right? If you're in a fucked up situation. And we were talking about, and it's funny, this brother's spirit got on him. This brother's spirit had a lot of heavy shit this morning. He said, yeah, man, but the demon be like, it's true, but we've all been there. That you want to leave, you want to, these women love the word toxic, right? Right. Like Kevin Sanders said, the word toxic doesn't even mean that no more. It's flawed because women love, shit. It was toxic. No, bitch, you were the fucking toxic one.
I'm looking for my toxic key.
No, women are toxic, but they got so many demons on them that they flip it. No, it wasn't me. It was you.
Yeah.
Shame, insults that need to be right. Deflection.
Yeah.
See, so basically, in all relationships, really, brother, women. Now, I'm not saying you ain't got fucked up dudes out there, but let's keep it real.
Majority.
The fucked up dudes out there, who created those fucked up dudes? Women. Women, no, their mother, starting with their mama, their grandmother, Auntie Shirley, Auntie May, right? It was women, whether it was a woman they were dealing with, or their mama, or their grandmama, or their Auntie May, right? Women created these demons. So it all goes back to these wicked women in Esau, right? When you fucking women, you talk about, he was talking, well, why was he toxic? He wasn't man. He wasn't, these fucking black women gotta die. No. He wasn't a man. Well, you dumb fucking bitch. Why? Who was he raised by? He was raised by his mother. So remember what I said earlier at the table? You black women that complain about, you was with some dude, he was a beta, but you like that. Right?
He didn't respect me. You gotta give me something to respect.
You gotta give the kid. But who raised them though, you dumb bitch? I know his mama. Well, hey, you women that claim to be so on point, start checking your sisters. Start you women, not fuck black women in general, but primarily you black women. Start holding your sisters accountable, right? Start holding other women accountable for why shit is fucked up. Oh, I was with this dude and he was just weak. Well, why was he weak? Who was he raised by? Who raised them to be that way? Oh, it's respect the women, and never put your hands on a woman, and hold the door, be a gentleman, right? All that bullshit.
Right.
So when the dude grew up weak, whose fault is it? Another black woman.
Right.
If the dude is feminine, whose fault is that? Right? You see what I'm saying? So stop the bull, cut your fucking bullshit, man. But then y'all don't talk about how toxic y'all are.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And
You understand?
if I can add real quick, you know, it also shows how the power that Esau Edom has over our nation. You know, because even going back to like what Willie Lynch and everything like that, Willie Lynch, he broke the whole masculine thing with a man. He broke that all the way down. You know, when you to science, and when you read in the letter, he said you'll have the woman standing in the forefront and the man basically behind. You know, they did the buck breaking tactics. They did all the tactics that they could do to demasculine men. So now you got women raising up young boys to be soft. Now they cotton, and they grow up to be homosexuals. They grow up.
But then, I'm sorry to cut you, but then once again, the black woman is sick in the fucking head. Which we ain't gonna make this about the black woman. We're just going there. Yeah. He was weak, he effeminate. Or, like they did with Kevin said, are you gay? But I thought that was a good thing. I thought that was a good thing. Remember? You black woman, y'all promote gays. Your son, mommy, I'm gay. My son's gay. I stared at them. No, but the thing is, they use it to their advantage.
Yep.
Like, in other words, gay is a bad thing when they want to insult a man.
Right.
But then, when it don't benefit you, it's a bad thing. Oh, a lot of these black men are gay. Right?
Maybe they friends, though. They love hanging under those men.
But look, is it bad or good?
Yeah.
But no, real talk, even if you don't talk shit about the black woman, if you ignore a black woman, if you got a group of black women that he's trying to get at you, and you ignore it, he must be a faggot, he must be gay.
You see all this ass over here?
He must be gay. If you don't want them, you're gay. Something wrong with you. Because you don't want them, you're gay. Yeah.
Make it negative in that sense.
Then it's negative.
Right.
They did it to Kevin Samuels because he was getting on their ass.
Right.
Oh, he gay. Who hurt you?
Right.
But you know what? The gig is up, man. The gig is up. Right. Guys like Kevin Samuels and there's a whole other crew of men, black men primarily see through that shit now.
Yeah.
The gig is up.
Right. Yeah.
The black woman is too. And then Esau don't want her. Esau never wanted you. Esau will pop you and freak off with you.
Yeah. Throw you back.
You got black woman now that's married because the white man, it was a one black, she went on the guy's side. He only dating white women. He's a white guy.
Right.
He's supposed to want the white. But then the black woman is mad at the white man now because the white man don't want him.
Right.
He said that between Esau and the black woman, they're the most divorced amongst couples.
Yep.
That's on record.
Yep. But Esau don't want them. He'll freak out with you. He will have sex with you. But then after that, he ain't bringing you home. He ain't fucking up his trust fund. He fucking up the trust fund. Then Esau brings some nappy-headed fucking Tawanda home to his parents. Or crack Keisha.
Why you have shows like Scandal? Side piece, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Tawanda, crack Keisha, Shatika. Come on, man. Esau ain't bringing you home.
Right.
He ain't trying to. Yo, no trust fund. No will. I'm writing you out the will. Now, you got some lame ass crackers that would do, but those are weirdo, bugged out crackers. Yeah, marry some fat black bitch. What you got?
I got this in Isaiah 3:16. Moreover, the Lord said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks, and one-time eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet.
Yeah, prostitution.
High heels.
It's heavy in Memphis. You know what I'm saying? They be in the casino, you can see them, they chase nothing but Edomite.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they like Edomite got the money.
Tricks.
Got the money. They looking at niggas, they ain't got it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or niggas gonna be tight. They can get the maximum potential with the Edomite.
Yeah.
They can maximum value.
like
They know Jake's limited on what
Right.
what he gonna do, but Esau gonna go, you know.
Jake gonna be trying to cut a deal and all that. And Esau, he just gonna trick it all up.
You got a few Edomites that will pop a nigga woman, put a baby in him, and produce a beige ranger. And shit.
The majority won't, you know, get their rocks off and keep pushing.
That's what they are, man. Them tears, them Edomites, the nigga woman get with Esau and have a beige ranger. Them motherfuckers are weirdos.
Yeah.
They are anomalies. You know them beige rangers there. Yeah, my dad is white. My mom's black. They got a weirdo afro. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a guy like job like that. He weird as fuck.
Race car driver guy.
Bubba
Wallace. You ever seen Bubba Wallace?
Let him finish this.
One more verse.
Hey, brother, we got one more.
This is
Let's keep order, brothers.
Isaiah 3:17. It says, "Therefore the Lord will smite a scab, the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion."
So that's how you know, like, why Keisha can't grow her hair.
Right.
Like Keisha always in the wig stuff.
And that's the glory of a woman, if I can see our hair. So that right there, that makes them just feel real, those insecurities that they try to project on other people, mainly the so-called black man. And it says, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. So the so-called black woman, her secret parts are being discovered for what she really is, man. And you can't deny it. Yeah. Nobody don't really want to deal with that toxicity, if I'm saying it correctly.
Yes, you are.
You know? And we get on Jake too, just like Kevin Samuels did.
Yeah.
About our men not doing what they're supposed to do. But Esau put them up to lead, man. Yeah. And they're leading our nation astray, like when you read up in Isaiah 3:12, you know?
Yeah, because that's a new thing.
Right.
The Lord said that. It's a new thing to her. A woman should compass a man.
That's right.
You know, a woman ain't fit to lead. You know, she fit to follow.
Well,
she is supposed to lead.
Spiritual edification title of this video, right? Coming back around the circle now. I'm talking about the women, these men. These brothers were talking earlier about the altercations that they had at the camp out there in Louisiana and New Orleans, right? And there's some of the stories they were telling us. Jake come up on a fire, I'm like, shoot y'all niggas. Straight up fucking weirdos. You see what I'm saying? The dudes that the story y'all was talking about earlier, the nigga coming like that. The niggas are going, they through. Jake is through.
Right.
That's because of the women and Esau.
No conflict resolution skills, just pure emotion, no logic. You know,
just aggression. You see that mama? Oh, I tell that boy, you look just like your mama. I don't know that nigga, but you look like your mama. Shit, oozing off the nigga. Oozing off. His mama is oozing off.
Yo, tickling like it's stretched for next. You know, with an attitude.
Jake walking around the sneaky spirit law. They be cool, but then when like the top of their video, right, when them spirits hop up on them, they turn to a whole different person.
Drugs, well, let's go into that. Well, being in spirit, well, man, like the information y'all brought out, the demons, the drugs. You got more?
Yeah, I got that rest of Ephesians.
Right. Yeah,
I want to get to the point on that. It's Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Break that down.
Okay, so the spiritual war that we're into, the battle is within ourselves. I mean, like even when we depart from each other, we go by ourselves, we be about ourselves. That's when the demons come upon you and attack you at the most, when they find you very vulnerable.
Right.
Okay.
Even with altercation with people that you have an altercation with, it's not them. That's why I said we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. The spirits that's on them that you wrestling against, man. The nigga is seduced. He's being controlled. He's possessed.
Road rage. Somebody cut you off on highway. Just the whole ride here, man. Just demons, man.
Yeah.
Like 18 wheeler, like cut me off, like no blinker, like man. I was like, it was bugged out, bro.
Yeah.
So it do be spirits on these people, man. It ain't that person per se, but it's just a damn demon. Satan jumped on him.
Y'all be in the road rage thing, right? It's all spirits, man. You driving and a motherfucker get behind you, tailgating you, and he's back there, and it's mostly women. It be men too, the Edomites, the Moabites, the heathens, and it incites a demon in you. You want to get violent.
You want to retaliate.
I want to kill you, man. Like they tell, like and stuff. And the thing is, they got space where they can go around you, but no, it's a demon. He's gonna ride you. He
I had it bad, bro. I had it bad.
They all go around. But it's a demon. It's a spirit. Because that be a test. That's what we're gonna go back to Ephesians. It be a test. No, but I carry my ass in my truck, and I'm like, man. And like, you know, but you gotta catch yourself. But my friend, I'm like, yo, motherfucker, let's pull over to the side of the road, motherfucker. I be one day, let's go. And you want to do something, and then of course I've done it in the past. Pull over, pull over, and they look at you, and they won't pull over.
It's not flesh and blood.
Yeah.
It's a spirit.
No, but you want to kill that person.
Yeah, you want to kill a person.
That person want to know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because if you tell me pull over, look at you. I'm going to pull over. My man is pulled to the side of the road. I'm going to grab my axe. I'm going to fucking stop you. You'll stop on me hanging on my rearview mirror, but you got to catch yourself, man. Because then even if they pull over and you do something, you could get killed because they could pull out and shoot you. And you have to go either way.
Right.
If you go outside of the spirit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
They even back up when, like say, Jake get into a rage, and he be like, I blacked out because he had a spirit on him.
Yes.
You know, when Jake probably killed a whole house, you know, they kill his girl, the baby and everything, and he had a spirit on him.
Yep. A death angel. A death angel.
That's right.
Let's go back to Ephesians, bro.
All right. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities.
What we said, like when somebody cut you off, somebody tailgate you, or a motherfucker look at you crazy, it's a battle with this carnal flesh, man. That Apostle Paul talked about that. Mortify therefore your members upon the earth. You know, because brother, we all get carnal. We're still in this flesh. Somebody, nigga, look at you the wrong way. It's already like, you know, we're men and we all that ego. That's a demon. Ego is a demon.
Man.
Oh, yeah, it is. Because you know we all men. We all got. We all birds, man. We puff our feathers out. You know, as a man, your spirit is like I ain't gonna never let no other man. What's the word? Demasculate you in any type of way.
Right.
So like a dude look at you with the grill, like your thing is like, even though he's a big rough looking, and you like, man, fuck that. Right? But it's a demon. Because Jake, these niggas out here, they're emotional. They're reacting like the black nigga. And the reason I let her do that ice grill shit that Jake got, that mean mug, whatever it is, ice grill, in New York, they call it ice grilling. In the old days, ice grill, mean mug. Really, when a dude do that, man, he's showing that he's feminine.
Yep. That's what women do.
That's what women do.
Scowling and pouting.
Yeah. Because real warriors don't do that.
What these niggas do in New Orleans, they have a problem with you, and you standing right there, and they'll speak, they're loud cap. We call it loud cap. Yeah, I wish a bitch ass nigga would look at me. And he's supposed to look at him or say something to him, and it's on.
Yes.
You know?
That's
what they
women.
do.
That's what women do.
A real warrior, man, all of us, dog brothers. When I'm talking about warriors, I'm talking about no street niggas. I mean, street niggas too. I've been around grimy street niggas, but I've been around grimy street niggas that were real killers. And most of them dudes that I was around didn't do that. I've been around some dudes who were cold killers.
They hide that.
That would get up and slice your throat, but they cool. Them dudes, the real dudes like that, they could be here amongst us cool as fuck. Like I could bring a dude like that in here that I know dudes like that, and they would get along with brothers. They would be laughing, joking, drinking. Yeah, brother. They'll be the quietest dude in the room. Cool and quiet. You know what I mean? So real dudes, real gangsters, real warriors are cool, humble. You would never fucking know. Outside of street dudes, just regular other people, like dudes that been in the military. Shit, my father was one of them. My father was in the military, stone cold killer. But my father taught me, my earthly father. He said, look, man, I know y'all all heard this. The quietest guy in the room is the guy you got to watch. The dude that's sitting right there on the couch, we in a party. The dude that's on the couch just sitting there watching everybody else, quiet. And he don't look all, he's just regular. He might have a simple-minded look on his face. Watch that guy.
Yeah. Most fighters, they be like nice people in the civilian capacity. They usually try to talk their way out of conflict. Like dudes that's hands registered, MMA, jiu-jitsu, boxers like that really can just beat the brakes off somebody. They usually they don't want to be they're real passive.
Mike Tyson. Right. Look at Mike Tyson. You know, everybody is his voice. Mike, when Mike was, this is back when he was the world champ, he was like the nicest, quietest guy. Even today, he's still like that. He doesn't want to fight anymore. He was all eloquent. Mike Tyson, he was a big word. Billy, this is really, illogical behavior, right? Like Mike Tyson. He's a quiet, humble, really illogical behavior. The guy came up to me and said, "No, I really didn't want to do nothing like me." Illogical, right? But that's you know what he could do.
He got one to back you up. Come on with it.
Come on with it.
It's in the scripture, 2 Corinthians. It's the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10. I'm gonna start at 9. It says, "That I may not seem as if I would terrify you by letters. For his letters say they are weighty and powerful."
Paul was a killer, but he ain't look like it though. This
I'm
is
saying. But his bodily presence is weak, and his speech is contemptible.
Paul was like a regular guy, but he was a stone cold killer, man.
He looked tribal. He maybe looked like he had a punchable face. Right. So people look like they got a punchable face. He's looked at it.
Because you never know the attention of a man.
Let's just keep this in order. One brother talking at a time. All right.
The strength of a man can determine, what he's capable of doing. You'll never know that just by looking at him.
He might look
that might be this big as a pinky finger, but the strength is there. The heart's a man. You got it, bro.
Where we at?
Going right here.
And we're gonna jump back to Ephesians.
Okay.
Yeah, let's keep this in order, man. Disorder is Satan. One brother speaking, one brother, let's keep it in order. All right. Come on.
All right. It's 1 Samuel 16 and verse 16, 14. It says, "But the spirit of the Lord departed from Saul," so he literally felt it. You could brother feel when he's at, bro. And it says, "And an evil spirit from the Lord troubled him." Right? And I'm hop down to verse 17, just to show you the spirits, his vibrations, his actual forces. Right? It says, "And Saul said unto his servants, Provide me now a man that can play well, and bring him to me. And then answered one of the servants, and behold, I have seen the son of Jesse, the Bethlehemite, that is cunning and playing."
Not to cut you, Bethlehemite from Bethlehem. Bethlehemite, he was from Bethlehem. Where go to show you in the ancient world, even today, you're called by the town that you're from. So people like they said, like Uriah the Hittite, right? When King David had Uriah put to death, and I remember years ago said, "Yeah, see, he was a heathen." No, he wasn't a heathen. He lived among. He was an Israel. He was one of David's mighty men. Right. Now David did have certain heathens in his army, but amongst the mighty men, Uriah was one of the mighty men. He wasn't a Hittite, but he lived amongst the area where the Hittites lived. So he was known as Uriah the Hittite, but he was really an Israelite. That's why. Even if he was a heathen, the Most High would still jack David up, because adultery is still adultery. That's why you can't go, "Well, I'm a Papa Edomite's wife." That's still a guess what? But he's an Edomite though. It's still adultery. You can't Papa Edomite's woman, or fucking me an Edomite, right? Or a Moabite or whatever. You can't do that.
What if he's a Jake that look like an Edomite?
But no, brother. You're right. But fuck that. Even if he is a heathen, you know what I'm saying?
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
It's a heathen.
The law still remains the same.
The law is still the same. Heathen and non-heathen. Whether the dude is a heathen because I'm an Israelite and he's a heathen, I can stop his woman and the Most High is cool with that. No, he's not. Because Israel, we're supposed to be righteous. The Most High set up Israel as the Lord. We're supposed to teach the other nations the Lord the Most High. You know what I mean? Continue, brothers.
It's 1 Samuel 16:18 from the middle. That is a cunning and plain and a mighty and valiant man and a man of war, prudent in matters and a comely person. And the Lord is with him. And he was talking about David. I'm out to the point. It's verse 23. And it came to pass when the evil spirit from Yahweh, right? The evil spirit came from the Lord in the first place, was upon Saul, that David took in heart and played with his hand. And that's the type of shit Esau tapping into right now. The vibrations, the shit you listen to, the music you listen to, what you watch on TV, the shit you eat, right? It says, but once he played that harp, and it says, and David took in harp and played with his hand. So Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him. What you got today? You got these towers everywhere. You got people with that juice in them. You radiating frequency right now.
Or the 5G. The 5G. A year, 2 years ago, last year, 2 years ago, when the whole pandemic thing was going on, they were putting them 5G towers up.
Everybody was on lockdown. They were running them up.
I know. I was living in Connecticut 2 years ago, when all that pandemic shit was going on. I was in Connecticut. I was living in I was with my ex-woman, and this was during the lockdown. But I would go to these the exercise, these bleachers up there in Connecticut, in Bridgeport. I don't know, did we ever bring you the bleachers over there in Bridgeport?
I don't think
in Connecticut, you've been to Connecticut though. But anyway, I don't know if we brought you to the bleachers. Joshua one by our elder, they know. But it's a school, basically it's a school. It's a football stadium. It's like a high school. But we go in there and work out. We used to run the bleachers and shit. And the 5G towers, right there. All over. They were throwing them during the pandemic.
Right.
2 years ago, 3 years ago. They were throwing them 5G towers up.
Yeah, they're a lot too when we went out to Cali.
Yeah.
And all in the palm trees. I'm like, they got them in the palm trees.
Yeah. The 5G towers, which are the phone, that's for the tech. But yeah, it's what we talking about. Technology, yeah. And the 5G towers, as far as I know, they break down your immune system.
Right. Frequencies, man.
Frequencies.
You know what they do too? Esau does. You got them all on the world. They got something called ley lines or different portals where demons come out of. Like that stern shit. Demons coming. They already reporting that demons are coming out of another dimension into this dimension. What's stern, man?
Yeah, that's what it's all about. What we talk? Hey, the idiot box. When you watch, I hate to say it, demons come through that shit. What you watch, like if you watch a certain program or movie, that the demons actually come from the screen.
Because I don't need to cut you
No,
off.
you got it, brother.
You remember, like growing up, we used to have scary movies.
Right.
Yeah.
We had Jason. We had
Freddy
Candyman.
Krueger.
Those what we consider those scary movies. Now these movies are spirit movies. Like they put a conjure demon on you, a conjure spirit on you, man.
It's all about witchcraft.
Yeah.
Right.
They even had an article where it said, I think it was like with The Conjuring and movies like that. Don't be watching that shit because them spirits really come out.
Yes.
Be
Yes.
throughout your house and shit.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Emily, but the other night I watched that movie. Not the other night. Well, Emilyville Part 2. And that shit, I mean, but I keep the vibration of the Lord in my house. Like you can watch certain movies and us. The spirit of the Lord is with us, so we know it. We really know it's demons, but the demons recognize it, so they know it. But them demons, you can still feel it. I mean, like you can feel the demons come, but us, we got the power of Yahweh and have a shot. Like in our homes, of course, I know like we burn the incense, I burn my sage, and I keep the vibration of the Lord in my house. So if I watch a certain movie, like I watch an Amityville movie, and that shit, you can feel it. You get a little inside, you can feel it. Like, wow, this shit is, whoa. Like you do get that little, like your hair stand up a little bit. I mean, the demons, they do come around, but then in your mind, you rebuking them. So, motherfucker, I know who you are. Get the fuck no, I'm just watching this movie. And you watch it for edification. But that was all the demon. I had the demons inhabited it. It was Amityville 2, came out back in the late 70s, early 80s. And it showed how the demon inhabited this Edomite. He killed his whole family. You know what I'm saying?
I seen it, man.
The demon got nothing to do with him and his father, but they already had demons on them anyway. It was like one of them the families, like Rocky relationship families, the father and the son. the father was so-called abusive to the family
Yeah.
and shit. So they already had negative spirits on them. They moved into that Amityville house, and then the father beat the mother, beat the kid, the daughter, and the oldest son. He pulled a rifle on his father, right? But to stop him from beating the mother and the daughters. And then later on, he went up to his room. The son, the oldest son, he listened to the Walkman. I had Walkman. That's all was going from the 80s. I grew up with that. He listened to his music and the Walkman laying in his bed. And the demon came. That's a bad movie in Amityville too. And then the demon, it was straight. I was like, yo, that's really true. The demon started, he was listening to the music, then all of a sudden the music stopped and the demon started, why didn't you kill him? Why didn't you kill him? Like the demon, why didn't he kill you? Why you had to kill him? Why didn't you kill him? Kill them all. That really happened. That was a true story.
Like I say, when you watch the, like say these movies, Annabelle and Conjuring and
I've seen them.
Yeah, all these movies are like you say now. Back in the day, Freddy Krueger and all that. That was something that so-called make believe, but now these
but the Freddy Krueger, the Freddy Krueger, all that was that was no different. That was scary. That Freddy Krueger's a demon. No, Freddy Krueger was just justice. It's all even Freddy Krueger and all that, Jason and all that. Freddy Krueger was the demons fuck with you in your sleep.
I got that. I got that precept.
Me that.
Hey, this Joe.
That's an actual demon. Yeah. Because we all had nightmares when a demon you sleep, you find him drowning. Paralyzing you, that's Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger's an actual demon. And then Freddy Krueger had what? The long ass claws. Now look at the nigga woman. This black woman got Freddy Krueger claws. Brother, talent. They're like eagles.
Yeah.
So some of these black women don't got demons on them? Why all of a sudden are they compelled to have them long ass claw? They look like claw. That's and the thing is, my bro, there's like we gotta keep mentioning my man Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. He kept mentioning that. Why do y'all do that? It's not feminine. Black men don't like that shit. They don't like it. So the black woman, that me and your elder Yashimama did a video on that a few months back. Them long mops over their eyelash. So who told them that was attractive? It's an actual demon, an Elamite demon. No, but that goes back to an actual Elamite demon. Yeah, with the tongue hanging out and the lashes and the claws with a wig on, that is not attractive. And I'm not talking about these little Pookie and Ray GMO baby. I'm talking about like a normal black man. Fuck any man. Because Esau apparently don't want that. Right. The Hispanic man don't want that. The Native American man don't want that. We like natural women.
They're definitely the least desirables. Yeah.
Brother, and then instead of them changing, like my man Samuel was saying, instead of them saying, well, you know what? I'm trying to attract a man. Let me not wear these stupid long claw nails and all that. Let me try to be as natural and feminine as. No, they do it more. And it said that when Samuel died, they celebrated. They should have cried. He was their best friend. He was trying to help these dumb hoes. Yeah. He was trying to help them. He was trying to put them on. But the demons control them. So now what they do, they're more so. And then they'll go out to a bar or a club, and they wonder why no men show up. Remember the thing? Oh, me and one of the brothers, it's on my page. We did a video on it. In Texas, it was in Dallas. It was in our home, Dallas. I don't know where that place was. It was downtown or where it might have been. You know what I'm talking about. It was all over the internet.
Oh, the speed date game,
Yeah.
Nobody.
Right. That was in Dallas.
It was in Dallas.
That was in motherfucking Dallas, where we live.
Right.
I don't know exactly what spot that was. They said it was downtown Dallas somewhere.
Yeah, it's probably like Deep Ellum or something like that.
And I did a video on it. I think it was me and Shah, Officer Shah. I don't know which brother. It's on my page. And you see all them black women sitting there on their phones, lonely as a motherfucker. No black man showed up. You see what I'm saying? Because Jake ain't fucking with you. Jake was at the salsa bar trying to get them some Latina chicks.
Yeah.
Or they was up somewhere trying to get them a snowflake. Dr. Umar Johnson. Hey, Dr. Umar Johnson, I hope you watching this, man. I'm still your style. Dr. Umar Johnson, I hope you're watching this. 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 Yeah, that's still his style. He's a character. That guy's a character. Now you repeated something like 5 times, right? My man, if you love the black sisters so much, won't you get on Kevin Samuels' level, switch up, stop pandering, and tell them the truth. Right. You claim you want to see black with black, right? You claim you want to see black with black, right? You claim you want to see black with. You just keep repeating yourself and shit. You claim you want to see the black family come together. You claim you want to see the black man with the black woman. So won't you tell the black? See, you're a demon. He's a demon. Right. You're just getting paid, nigga. So you're just doing pandering because you're getting paid.
School never open.
Yeah, school that you set up never open. Right? But the black woman, the stupid black bitches, the black woman you kissing her ass, so the black women are funding you, man. And Esau. But if you were really sincere and you claim you want to see the black man with the black woman, why don't you talk to your sisters and hold them accountable? Why don't you talk to the black woman, start getting on these black, tell them to get rid of the Freddy Krueger nails, Wolverine, X-Men nails, tell them to get rid of the fucking eyelashes, mop app, tell them to get rid of the red, blue, purple wigs, tell them to get rid of the long, blonde, purple, blue, black extensions, all of the weave, be natural, look, tell them to lose weight. Tell them to stop when they go to the gym. I be in the gym every day. You'll see some fat black women in the gym, and them same bitches, you never see them lose weight. I be on the treadmill, bro. I jog 4 miles on the treadmill. Sometimes I'll do 3, I hit the bag. You'll see the black, I watch them. They go in there, they'll get on the little bike for like 10, 15 minutes. Then they go to the machines. And you'll see a new big round bitch, 200-pound bitch. And you'll see them, right? They'll go and get on the little machine. Bitch, you fucking bitch. Get on the treadmill, man. Get on the treadmill. Get on the treadmill, man. Bro, if you fat, it's cardio. Don't lift weights. Cardio. That means walking, and I mean power walking. For 3-4 miles, 5 miles, or get on the treadmill, jog 2-3 miles. Trim down. You gotta trim the fat. Then as you really start to see results, then you might want to get little light barbells just to tone up the flesh, all that skin ain't hanging. It's a method to it. You see, you already went to it. Why is that couch over there? And you under
McDonald's 3 times.
Yeah, you under. And then when you leave the gym, you go right to Taco Bueno. KFC. Popeyes. Lobster Mac. Neck bone and collard green sandwiches. Taco Bueno. Whataburger. You know what I'm saying? Well, go ahead, man. Whataburger. What else they got?
They love Papa though, too, man. They love seafood.
Yeah. Taco Bell. Okay. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. But that's demons too. Eating demons.
Once you go to the gym, when you come outside the parking lot, it just number fast food place everywhere. She done went in there and ran for 2 minutes and go back outside.
They go to Taco Bueno.
Yeah, like places like Planet Fitness. Like I think it's like
they get pizza.
They get pizza.
What? I know.
No drugs on it.
It's a satanic kingdom, but it's all spirits. How you gonna serve pizza in the gym? That's the enemy. Yo, if you eat pizza. Pizza's every once in a while. I love some good pizza, but it's every once in a while, brother. Like as much as I love pizza, this brother is a pizza place. I wanted some, but yo, I gotta.
spot though, yeah.
I'm not gonna fuck with that shit until like maybe, cause I'm not at my goal weight yet. I'm trimming, bro. Like yo, maybe December I might have some of that pizza. You know what I'm talking about? That what's the name of it?
Zealots.
Maybe in December on my birthday I might get some pizza. That's when I feel worthy to have it. Maybe on my birthday
I'll rock it out with you because I don't eat pizza like that all the time.
My birthday is December 16th. On my birthday, we're gonna order a pie. It's like 2 months from now. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Come on, where were we?
Who's reading?
I finished that.
Finish that.
Like, got something?
I got something too when y'all.
I was reading with the spirits of the women with the claws.
Go into that, then go back to Ephesians. Then we're gonna hit you.
Yeah.
It's boom, like that, you know?
You call him Freddy Krueger, right? It's Job 4 and 14. It says,
Taco Bueno! Man, Kevin said it. You gotta see that one video. Your weight keeping you simple. Taco Bueno! KFC! Popeyes!
It says, and thoughts from the visions of the night when deep sleep fallen upon man, fear came upon me and trembling, which made all my bones to shake. Then the spirit passed before my face, the hair of my flesh stood up. It stood still, but I could not discern the form thereof. An image was before mine eyes. There was silence, and I heard a voice saying, which, like you said, the sleep paralysis and different things like there's demons. Yeah, but if demons can get you, while you sleep, how much more in the flesh? It's a balance. They could get on you or other people while you woke, while you. That's crazy. You can be like you say, you can be driven into them. You want to, like you said, I'm gonna put over the road and hit him with my axe. You know, like that energy get on you, man. That's just, and then if he asks him out and kill him, he gonna go to court for murder.
Yeah.
Right? He can't tell him, oh, there's a spirit on him, and it's a demon on him. I killed the demon. You don't know, you're killing flesh, man.
The demon, I go jump
a demon just still make you go off from righteousness.
Yeah, that happened to me. I didn't got into the guy, and the guy go in the store, go poke the car, roll up. Fuck you saying?
Yeah.
He like, what you talking about?
Yeah, what you talking about?
What the fuck you did on that? He like,
It's a demon.
what you talking about?
Remember, we back in the spirits. Oh, that's why we're gonna go back to Ephesians, man.
You know?
If I can add real quick, that's why the scripture say we'll honor the woman like unto the weaker vessel. Why is that? We know the spirit's easy to get off.
Oh, forget about it.
Easy. And she ain't even sleep.
If I can say this also, the spirits have particular assignments. They're not just out here, they know us.
Yeah.
As it say, Paul I know and Yahweh I know, but who are ye? So they still have a measure in which they can even attack us, you know, a level to where they can go and they can't cross over. Like it's times this brother has been attacked and for a while, road rage, and then when he get outside the person I just never know what they did. Like that's just destructive. Just no more the energy going out of them.
Yeah, I remember this brother, you look in the mirror, the work on the shit, and he right.
Oh, that was a movie too. Y'all saw that movie. This was a heavy spirit. Apostle Tahar that mentioned this movie for years. Y'all, you brothers have watched us, the apostles and stuff. Apostle Tahar. There's a movie Apostle Tahar put me and Apostle Tahar to 30 years ago. Jacob's Ladder.
Yeah.
That brother, that movie. Get that movie and watch it. You brothers, all of y'all. Jacob's Ladder. Okay, that dude Tim Robbins is in it. That's a spiritual movie. You ever saw that movie, Yadaka? Jacob's Ladder? You got to watch that movie. Matter of fact, we're going to do it as like a class type movie. Watch it together, Jacob's Ladder. If we had that movie, we could get it out, we would watch it. Jacob's Ladder. It took place in New York City.
Yeah, it was the guy in the bar. We went in the bar and shit, and look, everybody had demons on them.
Yeah, he'll be on a subway. He's on in New York. When you see, he was in New York. You're on the train. People got demons. You see people like, yo, that's man.
It's true.
So it's a spiritual battle. It's all. That's why we're gonna go back to Ephesians. Okay, are you finished there, brother?
I'm finished.
Go back to Ephesians, brother.
All right. The book of Ephesians, chapter 6, and verse 12 from the top. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
We just said it. It's not the people, but we in the flesh too. So, hey man, it's a battle. It's a fight. To remain being spiritual is the hardest thing in the world to do. You know what I mean? In this world, it's easy to be carnal. Being carnal is easy, right? It's easy to just punch some hole off, stole off, and bust somebody in the mouth. But then you got to deal with the consequences of that shit in the flesh. Because like you said, you do something to somebody, right? I'm gonna call the cops. It's easy to motherfucker blah. You know what I'm saying? Then that motherfucker, he could pull out a gun and shoot you, or he could call Esau and they're gonna lock you out as assault. With a woman, right? And that's hard because women play. When a woman will really tell you, you're gonna trick your fifth. I mean, I've done it in the past, but I don't do it no more, and I don't advocate for brothers to do it because we in different times now. Not trying to be funny, but I'm gonna be real. 20, 30 years ago, the good old days, you could beat a woman up and kill away with it. Them days are over. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can't help it, man. Like back when I was, my younger days, boy, when we talking shit, man, and he be telling me, shut up, man, shut the fuck up. Shut up, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You might be trying to drink your beer and make yourself a drink to calm yourself down. You better shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I heard of a good bitch. Shut up. Yeah! Your hand just kind of goes by itself. For real, brother. It's like
You can't control it.
You can't control it. Your hand goes by itself. That bitch. And then after you throw the first jab, shout. Then that shit is like a drug. It feels good. Then after that, shout. Then all of a sudden, that straight right goes. Shout. Shout. This is ha. You must be know you throwing punches, man. You gotta catch yourself, though. You know, when you're a woman I'm talking about. Then now you go, oh shit. You shit, you know where the bitch at? She on the floor. Jacked up and shit. Then you, shit, I killed the bitch. I killed her. Then you, shit, baby, you all right? You know what I mean? But you gotta, hey man, don't do it, man.
Between the couch and the flower pot.
Yeah. That's why it's a spiritual fight. It's a spiritual fight. So, yeah, but I advocate that. Don't hit your woman. I mean, if you do, I'm not going to judge you, but it just depends on your...
Esau will.
Esau
going to judge you.
You smack the bitch, man. That's why now, yo, man, just try to pray and go in the spirit. If she's that much of a demon, you ain't got no business being with her. If she's that much of a demon, you ain't got no business being with her. Just leave that bitch alone. Or sometimes Satan will get on you with a weaker vessel. Satan will come through her. So just leave the house.
Yep.
Leave the fucking house.
Right.
Get away from her. You know what I mean? Satan will come for your kids.
Yep.
Your kids start acting out like little demons bouncing off the wall. You gotta recognize that shit too, man.
You know about that law back in the day called the rule of thumb? Man used to, he can hit his woman. There's something about like rule of thumb, like you use the thumb as a ruler, but he can punch her back in the day. And now
well, back in the days, you could do that. Back in the days, but Esau came with this new agenda. Now, you know, they came with the new Queen of Heaven agenda, so now you gotta be very careful. We gotta apply the scriptures.
And may I add, Apostle, ultimately, the ministry gonna be better.
God.
Right?
God.
So once they, advertise you either went to prison, domestic violence, now you start to look at the the ministry is blamed now.
That's right, because
for your actions.
You do something, brother, you beat your woman ass, they call the cops or whatever, you wild the fuck out. Yeah. And by the way, he's a member of the Black Hebrew Israelites.
That's right.
You already know. They ain't gonna say, oh well. They're not gonna say, oh well. They might just throw it in there. Yeah, he's a member of the Black Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah.
The GMS, whatever.
Yeah.
Extremist group, right? They're gonna come with that. And he did this. He killed this woman. He beat her up, tied the kids, hog-tied the kids or her. All this crazy shit. You got something, Bun? Come on with it.
Yeah, I got a precept for you. And because I always say keep in mind, like a true grown man has rule of his spirit.
Yeah.
So whenever you give your emotions and your anger and your rage to something else, you basically have asserted your power onto that situation, endeavor, or person 100% of the time. Because now you've allowed that situation or individual to have more power and dominance over you.
God.
But as men of the Most High and not the 2/3 in the world, we rule it over and dominate our own spirit. So I got a precept real quick, Proverbs 16:32. It says, he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh the city. Because ultimately that's what it's all about. Because Esau, Edom in the world, he treats you like straight trash, but we have certain rules and regulations that we abide by because we know we're powerful. Right. The scripture says to do what? Agree with that adversary.
Right. Can't allow Satan. You can't allow Satan to provoke you, pretty much.
Somebody, Baba Shah, do me a favor real quick. Somebody get the etymology of the word ego. The definition and the etymology of the word ego. See if you could look that up. I'm going to go into that because ego, to me, is a demon. And that's something that all of us have on us. Because we're men. Men have an ego, like a rooster. A rooster from the chest out to the hens. So men, we're roosters. Women are hens. What they do? Women are hens. And you must say, there's a room full of hens in there. A bunch of women. The hens. But men are, see how a rooster walks around with his chest poked out and shit. Men are roosters, man. So, ego. Somebody got that?
Yeah.
Because what the elder there brought out, Bun, about ruling your spirit. Because realistically, when you, and we've all done it, but the Lord is, the Lord have mercy on us, but the Lord has protected us to where we have not succumbed to the world or the demons, amen. But the Lord, scripture say what, righteous man falls 7 times and get back up. Brother, we've all gone up wild out, done shit, but then we withheld our ground too. That's why we're still here. You know what I mean? But it's true. Now, and especially the older you get in this truth, it's hard, man, but that's okay. But it's that's why I want to go into the word ego. Because your ego, that's got to be a demon. It's got to be a demon. You got it?
Yeah, I got it too. I'm gonna let the brother get it. And because when I made that statement, I'm speaking from experience. I'm not speaking what I think or project on my opinion. I'm telling you the ass kickers that I received were not being a ruler of my own spirit.
God.
And a lot of times we'll blame Satan. Man, that was Satan did it. Nah, that was your black ass that did that.
King Marshall said that many years ago. This is back 30 years ago. King Marshall was teaching the class. Yeah, a lot of you, that's how he used to talk. A lot of you brothers, you be doing stuff, things happen. And y'all want to, you blame the Most High or you blame Satan, but sometimes you blame the Most High. So my head, the Most High did that, the Most High, right? And then he said, sometimes y'all blame Satan too. Don't be blaming stuff on him either. Yo. Right? You know what I mean? Yeah. Y'all want to blame her? Ain't nothing but Satan. Ain't nothing but Satan. Yo, that's your ass. Right? That's true. To back up what you said. You know what I mean? Who got ego for me? Ain't nothing but Satan, man. Ain't nothing but Satan. Hey, yo, it's a certain chick, right? You might be dealing with a demonic ass woman. And we tell brothers, right, about some of these women. Right? We tell brothers, brother, you shouldn't deal with you. You already know she get deep. No, God, the Lord with me. Then when the shit fall apart, whatever. ain't never seen, man. I ain't never seen. No, nigga, it's you. You were told not that you already knew what you were stepping into.
Tempt the Most High.
Yeah.
If I can add, it tell you in 1 Thessalonians 3, it says that none of you shall be moved by these afflictions because ye yourselves know that you are appointed there too.
God.
So it all goes along with us being responsible for our actions and taking responsibility for our actions and the things that we allow, like the Cohen was going into, to basically have control over us. You know, because what? Coming into this truth, you know, we're supposed to be responsible for our sins, transgressions, and the things that we've done. We're supposed to do what? Repent, right? Call on the Lord, go back to the Lord. So how much more now while you're here? You're in it, you know what's expected of you, you know what the scriptures say, you know, so you can't just always, Satan did this, Satan had me. No, it's you the problem.
Case in point, you tell a brother, right? Once again, we tell our brothers, you know, brothers, we know we step out, we got those spots, we gonna hang out, go with the drink, little bars, little dives that we frequent. We might go to a particular place and there may be an altercation or almost, and when you tell a particular brothers or little brother, you know, don't go to that spot no more, man. Don't, little brother, that spot right there is grimy, it's a grimy nigga spot. Yeah, man, brothers don't go to that spot no more, right? But the brother, but no, but then brother, we had a good time, and then you go there and some shit end up happening. And I'm saying this once again, this is the actual. Hey man, we had a situation where a brother lost his life a few years back. This is about maybe almost going back almost 10 years ago. This is here in the South, right? Matter of fact, down in Atlanta. This is from a few years back, like about 10 years ago. And there was a particular spot, a grimy ass nigga spot, and the leader of the camp at the time, told all the brothers in the camp, the brothers was going in, you know, see, that's why all man that voted for his own body. What did the Apostle Paul say? Mortify therefore your members upon the earth. That means your body, your physical lust sometimes, man. Brothers was going in, I guess the chicks was open. The brothers was winning in there with the chick, you know, little bitches throwing pussy. So certain brothers was like, just couldn't get there, but brothers got put on, and other brothers like, nah, it's a grimy spot. Nah, brother, we ain't going there. And the leader of the camp at the time told brothers, look, man, don't go to that spot, brother. That's a grimy nigga spot. Brothers, man, he gave a warning for brothers not to go there. Sometimes you got to do that, right? But one particular brother, he was just rebellious. Like, hey, he went there and he ended up in the spirit world, man. You see what I'm saying? That's a cautionary tale, man. You got something?
I got a quick one for you.
Come
Romans 8:13. For if ye live after the flesh, ye shall die. But if ye through the spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live.
Wow, beautiful. Quote that. Quote that scripture.
Romans 8:13.
Read it again, Baba Kushal.
For if ye live after the flesh, ye shall die. But if ye through the spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live.
See, so brothers got to learn to grow in the spirit. Especially, man, like if something come down, that's why, like, when orders come down, whether it be from the apostles and the other elders, or you brothers, your camp leaders and elders from authority figures in this thing, follow that, man. Roll with it, brother. Don't be rebellious. Because brothers are telling you something for a reason right there. If you go after the will of the flesh, you shall die. Then you might end up losing your life. You're like, just run up in there real quick. I know the elders told me to go there. I'm just run up in there and get a drink real quick. You might not make it out.
Right.
Come on.
And the footnote says, put to death. Yep. That's what it means that the Most High orchestrated.
Yeah. So I told that story about what happened to a brother in GMS about 10 years. Hey, man, it's sad. And that particular brother wasn't a wicked brother either. He wasn't. I knew the brother. He wasn't that. He was a cool-ass, humble brother. And his passion hurt brothers, me included. You know what I mean? But the brother didn't follow what we just read in Romans.
They exercise self-restraint.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Remember what the Most High told David, King David, when David committed adultery. He said, if you wanted a woman, I could have gave you a woman.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, so that it was that worth it? Ain't no pussy worth your life. Niggas, shit, so-called people in the world are tell you that. Your earthly father or your earthly parent, your mother, ain't no woman worth your life, right? You know what I mean? So come on, we're supposed to be men of understanding of the scriptures, man.
Right.
You had a precept, bro?
I got a definition for you.
Oh, okay. Can we get that? And then we're gonna get. We'll do it like this. I want you to read that. We're gonna go into that. We're gonna hit your precept, and we're gonna make a circle. We're gonna hit your precept, and we're gonna hit your precept. But go into that. Go on for sure.
Ego. He says your ego is your conscious
Now,
mind.
I already know. After he read this, I know brothers' scriptures are gonna come. Read that.
Ego. Your ego is your conscious mind, the part of your identity that you consider yourself. If you say someone has a big ego, then you are saying he is too full of himself.
Wow. Your conscious mind, right? What part of you do the demons attack? They attack they come in your mind.
Right.
Yeah, your flesh, but it starts where?
Mental. Right.
Your conscious mind is your spirit. So where would the demons come? They're gonna come at your conscious mind. That's where they come. So really, the ego itself is really demons attacking your spirit.
Right. This is Rock 14:2. It says, "Blessed is he whose conscience had not condemned him, and who is not fallen from his hope in the Lord." So, like you said, your conscience is what stabilizes you. Once the condemnation come in, now you compromise, man. To what degree, that level is going to depend on how you've been compromised, going to be on the judgment you receive. So we do everything in our power to not be condemned in our conscience. A man whose spirit is condemned, he's condemned, which is your la'ab, your heart. Your spirit. That la'ab.
Labrakah.
Yeah.
Right? That was a good, beautiful one. Come on with yours, brother.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 5. It's after.
So in actuality, your ego, or Esau predicated your conscious mind, which is your spirit, your labrakah, right? That's why you pray. When you pray, you know, you're kazaklab, right? Kazakrakah, right? You asking Lord, strengthen your mind, strengthen your spirit, right? Right? Heal your mind. Rapah lab, kazakwa lab, kazakrakah, rapah, babakusha, right? Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So the demons attacking your conscious mind, which fuels the ego. You see what I'm saying? Well, go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 5. This is after the Holy Spirit gave the apostles power. And, you had disciples that had an ego. They followed their own mind instead of following what the Spirit said to do. I'm going to jump straight to the point. Acts 5:3. But Peter said, Ananias, why has Satan filled thine heart to lie to the Holy Spirit and to keep back part of the price of the land?
Why has Satan filled your heart, your life, your mind, your what, brother? Conscious mind. Why has Satan attacked your conscious mind to do something wrong? See?
It says, while it remained, was it not thine own? And after it was sold, was it not in thine own power? Why hast thou conceived this thing in thine heart? Thou hast not lied unto men, but unto the Most High. And Ananias, hearing these words, fell down and gave up the ghost.
He died. Run. The scriptures. This is read in Romans, right? You don't mortify the flesh. Death. Put to death. So Ananias was put to death. Put to death. Right? Because he got more carnal. Because he didn't mortify his lust of money. You can get put to death for different things, man. See? So he got put to death. Why? Because he didn't mortify his members. His ego. Right. Fuck that. I deserve this. Fuck them niggas, man. Me and my woman, we handling the affairs of the church. We should get a little something extra.
I don't charge Peter. I follow your house shot. I don't need to listen to Peter. He's a man.
Yeah. We've been and sacrificing. Yeah, shit, we put in. And something happened, man, you're right. Like, not Jenkins. They were defrauding the church, man. Right? Was that it?
It says,
it's okay.
where it says, and Ananias hearing these words fell down and gave up the ghost, and great fear came on all of them that heard these things.
Hey, man. Hey, man, that's one thing that catches people's attention, somebody getting put to death. That catches everybody's attention. Right? Let me yours.
That's Proverbs 25 and 28. It says, he that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. Because ultimately, what they say in the world, it's a saying that goes, I got a big ego, or feed my ego. And when you constantly chasing your ego, it might be money, it might be cars, it might be clothes. You constantly giving into the flesh. The flesh always going to want more. It's always going to want more money. You're going to want the baddest of this, the most expensive of this, but you constantly feed that ego, you're going to be defenseless.
Yeah, I hate to say it, my man, I always promote him and talk about him, Kevin Sanders. The message he was giving was cool, it was good, but he wasn't a man of the Lord.
Right.
And he had a big ego. Yeah. High value man, the suits and the ties. Right. And that nigga was already up. He had money and millionaire, but he wanted more. He wanted more praise, more. So the Lord finally got tired of his ass too. And checked him. Most High punched his ticket. I mean, I like the guy, I always mention him all the time, but the Lord got him. Yeah. Right in his prime. Right. See? Why? So that the living may know that so that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. You see what I'm saying? You want something real quick?
Let me get a little bit more than that. It's what I'm saying about Kevin Sanders. It's
and that's my man. I liked him. I liked him a lot. I still watch him. But you know what? He got gut checked. And that's why I just remain humble. Because I don't want that to happen to me. And I know y'all concur. Just let me be humble, remain spiritual, and always pray to Yahweh Shai, brothers. Pray to the Lord. That's why the Bible says, examine thyself daily whether thou be in the faith. Every day you just got to be like praying to the Lord from the minute you wake up, and it's always praying to the Lord for forgiveness. And hey, Yahweh Shai, forgive me of my sins. Take not your Holy Spirit, Psalms 51, one of my favorites. Take not your Holy Spirit away from me. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation. Uphold me with thy free spirit, Psalms 51. That's the mentality and the prayers you got to be sending up every day. Don't get high-minded in this truth, no matter how high you get in the truth. You understand? Come on. Don't get to a point like, nah, you know what? I can just do whatever the fuck I want to do. You know what I mean? I don't think that way, brother, and I know the other apostles don't think that way, and the elders. I don't think that way. I don't think that way. Like, yo, man, I'm Apostle Ricard. I can do what the fuck I want to do. Nah, I don't think that way, brother. I have the mentality. I have the most I can punch my ticket when at any time. You know what I mean? Hey, man, that's the way this thing goes, man. So that's why what you do. You pray to the Lord. You stay in the work. You stay diligent. Stay on fire for the truth. Pray to the Lord and deal right with brothers. Deal right with brothers. Deal right, man, in your dealings. You know?
It's possible.
Yes, sir.
Using 6 actually will. We start out with wrestling not against blood, but principalities. Right. You read down, it talks into health and salvation, breastplate on. So all those different things, submit yourself to the Lord praying, that's going to protect you from these demons and protect you often from yourself and your ego. Yeah. You know, like you said, he that rule the spirit like a village without walls. So walls are meant to protect you. Right. So that word and operating this faith, that's what's going to keep you from yourself, destroying yourself and lifting yourself up.
Yeah, that's what they tell you. It say keep your heart with all diligence. And they go on to say in the book of Isaiah, it say, if a man that keepeth his heart and his mind on me, I will keep him in perfect peace. You know, so Isaiah 26, if we continue to keep the Lord in our hearts and our minds, we don't have time to let those spirits that come in and take over our thought process and what we have going on. Right? It say, at least a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown.
Also, that's what I just said it right. So you brought the scripture out. Quote that scripture so we can know.
It says, it's a Sirach, I believe it's
Let's see if we can get that.
So right,
Let's get it. Let's read it. That's
It's 27.
27.
we gotta read that. We gotta read that, man. I mean, quoting it is good, but let's read it. Come on, man. Let's go into it. Let's read it. That's even better.
I got it.
So we can expound upon it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I got it right here. So this is Sirach 27 and verse 3. It says, unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord.
Let's stop. Let's break it down. Let's pull the meat off the bone slowly, man. We got a nice, good, juicy, tender beef rib, right? A piece of beef rib or a lamb rib, and it's, brothers hooked it up, cooked it right, and it's tender, it's almost falling off the bone. You want to enjoy every morsel, right? You got the knife, you cut each piece, you picking it off with your fingers. You ever had a meal like that? It's so good, you want to enjoy every fucking morsel. Like you ain't just gonna move it down. Right. You pull it up, you want to enjoy every morsel. That's how we gotta do these scriptures, man. We gotta get the morsel, every morsel. Yeah, like Bruce Lee said, I said emotional content. Now try again.
Right, it say, unless a man holds himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, it also shows that it's something that you're going to have to do. It says, unless you hold yourself diligently, right? It's like my coach used to tell me in school, he said, pay attention to detail. And that's something that we have to do and take very serious. Like, you got to pay attention to detail. You can't just be out here just running, out here just doing something. You got to have your head on the swivel. Like it tell you in the Ephesians, it says that we may be able to withstand the fiery darts of the devil.
The devil's in the details too. That's the same. The devil's in the details.
Yeah.
The devil's in the details. You get a contract with each of these artists. Sign the contract. Anybody will tell you, no, get you a lawyer to look that shit over. Excuse me. Get a lawyer to look over that contract. The devil's in the details. The shit you bypass, that's what Satan is. You see what I'm saying? So when you bypass your own spirit, Satan is there. Go ahead, brother.
It says,
you got something, Mike?
I'm sorry.
No, you got it.
I just wanted to get this definition for diligent, just real quickly. So,
Why? Yes, we got to get back into that, man. We got to start. There's something the apostles we did. As we went on to school, we got to bring out the etymology of words. Because what do we always say to these chicks? When we're in the street teaching, brothers, what do we tell the people that come against us or people that come up? Anytime we dealing debating, in order for you to understand the Bible, you got to know the meaning of words, right? You have to know the definition of words to understand this Bible. Go ahead, Mike.
This is where diligence, I just simply Google it. It says having, showing care and consciousness in one's work or duties. So in this thing, like Brother just beautifully brought out, you know what I'm saying? You have to be diligent in the fear of the Most High, being technical in your walk in this thing. That's what the apostle quoted. What's this? 2 Corinthians the 13th chapter last night. Going into examining yourself. So certain things that we do, certain things that we allow, in our actions, we have to examine whether or not it's going to be advantageous, not only for ourselves, but for the body, for the truth, etc.
Yeah.
You dig?
Yeah. So what it say? It say, I believe Sirach 34 says, for a man to prove his soul in the days of his life and see what is evil for it and give that not to it. So that's us being diligent, not being idle, because it's talking about right here, it says his house shall be soon overthrown. The scriptures say that by idleness a man built a decay. So we got to continue to work on our house and be busy.
Ooh, like if you got a house, you see you got houses that fall into what they call a my construction brother over here, right?
Yes.
I've been in construction work since I was 14 years old. Over the years, myself, Apostle Duval, and Around Bob, that's the field we mostly worked in, right? Construction work, carpentry and shit.
Exactly.
When you got a house that falls into disrepair, how many times, right? I know you worked on spots. I done been in places. Oh, we got to renovate this house, right? What's the first thing you got to do? Demo. These walls got to come down. Because you really know it's probably mold up in that motherfucker. Yeah. Or even if it ain't mold,
isolation out.
You gotta put all that old. When you remodel the house, you gotta demo the fucking walls. The only thing that much of it, and you might have to replace some of them motherfuckers.
Yeah, they'll rot out after their motor get on.
Cut. But if that's not the case, if you're lucky, once you rip the walls off, if you're lucky, okay, we can still use the frame. Skeleton, some people like different phrases. Yeah. Skeleton, the frame, but all that insulation, that's the one thing about that job. That shit get on you, that insulation. Boy, you gotta wear sweaters.
Right. Long sleeve.
You go home and take a shower, that shit's still on. Right, and insulate. When you pull the insulation, you gotta. Even in the summer, you gotta wear long sleeves. I also wear a hoodie.
We put that FRC on.
Cut.
I work in the chemical.
Oh yeah.
Chemical plants, we gotta wear that FRC.
Cut.
Which really, when you after you wash it, it deteriorates and wears off. So it's really not benefiting you at all if something get on it.
Cut. You gotta wear your mask. When in dust, you gotta wear your mask or the ventilator mask. All that shit. But anyways, you gotta pull everything out. Demo. You gotta pull everything out. Disrepair. That's why you know what I mean? Like I'm laying back on a statement you made, and you brought up the scripture. A house falls into disrepair. This house right here, if we had the shit, like it looks nice and shit like that. That's why the people who own this house, they're keeping the shit up. Maintenance, right? They rent this shit out. They want people to come and rent this. They gotta make sure let's make sure the lights are all working, the fans are working. They gotta go through every nook and cranny in detail. If they want to rent this shit out and charge people money for us to stay here, the plumb, yes, con. We go in here trying to take a shower, the fucking shower ain't working. You get in the bed one of the what they call that, the stems. As soon as the brother laid it up, shit, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. You know what I mean? So they gotta stay on top of it to make sure they don't fall into disrepair. They gotta mop, they gotta clean. So old man, what is the word? You brothers, what is the word bayah mean? House. That's right, your body, your bodeg, right? So our house, our bodies are the house for what? Our soul. Our rakah, right? Chayim, right? So you gotta stay on top of the house to make sure it don't fall in disrepair. So everything is spiritual. So these bodies, we gotta. That's why I quoted the scripture. Apostle Paul said, "What? Mortify therefore your members upon the earth." You gotta constantly deal with his flesh. It's not easy. It's not easy. Remember the Apostle Paul said, "Look, the things I do not. Things I do, I don't want to do." You know what I mean?
Oh, he said, "That which I will, I do it not."
Yeah.
I got a word for you.
Yes, sir.
It's the word self-discipline. It says the ability to restrain or guide or control oneself. So ultimately, we gotta have self-discipline in our own spirit. You gotta stop yourself from doing certain things, restrain yourself from doing certain things, not let certain things into your vibration or energy and throw you off. And you gotta overcome certain things. Things that get in your way, just like the elder was saying, just to show how you're gonna overcome it. So you're gonna keep doing the video, or you're gonna upload it again with no sound, or you're gonna do another lesson, or keep pushing.
No, that's exactly. And then that goes into what, like, the spirit had us. This is a spiritual lesson, man. Turned out more beautiful than I thought, because it's very edifying. Whoever brothers, it's edifying if I know brothers here. You know what I mean? But anyways, like we were going back and forth. We were going to the woman. When the deal with the woman, me and his brother was talking. When we was in the kitchen, just shooting the shit, chopping it up earlier with a woman. And I know a lot of brothers are going through that. The Lord do that. The Lord have us keep going into that woman thing, because these women are the main avenue Satan gonna use to destroy brothers, man. Like it's heavy, man. But when you said it, it's crazy, because that showed you we all the same. We all be going through the same shit. Like you might want to leave a woman and well, the Dr. Zach ain't here, but he said the Lord will be giving you an out. The Lord will give you outs, right? And it's true. Like you might be in a toxic situation, right? With a woman is toxic. You know the shit is toxic. You know, I gotta get the fuck away from this bitch. And then you even cast a lie, bro. I'm speaking from experience. You say a prayer. Oh, I should be shy. Lord, let me know whether I should leave this woman or not. You pull out a quarter, Heads, lever, tails, don't.
Oh.
You flip the shit. And no, it'll fall on lever, but then you still won't leave.
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3, 2 out of 3. Hey, right there, you just fucked up. You know, the most time to let you nigga out, you just kill yourself. Right? Motherfucker, okay, we'll take some more. So eventually he's like, yo, it's time to go. And the one of your how about you now, the Lord let you go with your faculties and your body intact. You know what I mean? And man, for real, 2 out of 3. No, man. The scripture does say, okay, 2 out of 3. Right now, man, when you cast a lot, when the lot fall on what it fall on, you gotta be man enough to roll with that.
It say cast a lot, not lots of this.
This ain't the fucking casino.
I got two. Two ones going into the value that you brought out as far as the Sirach 7 and 15. Hate not the laborious work, neither husbandry, which the Most High hath ordained. So we're constantly toiling to get better in this thing, right? You know what I'm saying? Doing the right thing, you know, refining ourselves within the scriptures, you know, and ultimately, because we are the Most High's tabernacle. Just real quickly, 1 Corinthians 3 and 9, but we are husband, laborers together with the Most High. Ye are the Most High's husbandry, ye are the Most High's building, right? So just like how, there's a construction site, that needs to be cleaned up or thoroughly. Sometimes you have to do that with your individual self. You know what I'm saying? Verse 10, according to the grace of the Most High, which is given unto me as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation, and another buildeth thereon. But let every man take heed how he built thereupon. So you have to, we're coming into labors, like, you know what I'm saying? Like last night we were talking about culture and how it's important that we're emulating the culture that was passed down to us. So we have to be conscious of how we are building on this foundation, which the foundation is Yahweh Shai. You did? Going back to what the apostle had beautifully brought out earlier. That analogy of construction.
This Proverbs chapter 24, verse 3. It says, through wisdom is in house building, and by understanding it is established. So it's going to always be erected by the way wisdom, first and foremost, is Yahweh Shai. When you go into Proverbs 8, he is wisdom. He say, I is wisdom. So long as, even in Hebrews 3, it says that he that builded the house had more honor than the house. Mm-hmm. So who we acknowledge the house being? Yahweh Shai. So long as we keep him in our wisdom, which he's the wisdom, and he's always something with us, we always be good. It says, and by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious and pleasant riches, man. Which wisdom is what? Riches. All right? Which is Yahweh Shai. We are forever enriched in Yahweh Shai, man. All right? He's wisdom. Wisdom is better than rubies. All right? So rubies is nearly priceless. But wisdom is more priceless than that, man. It don't even come with a price. It says, last one, a wise man is strong, yet a man of knowledge increases strength. So the more and more knowledge we get, all right, double down with the wisdom, we constantly stay strong, which keep the foundation. You gotta have a solid core. Even with starting with our apostles and elders, all the way down to the elders in different states, it's a core. All right, and that core is set up through Yahweh Shai, man, through the Rokah house.
I got a scripture.
You got it.
I got a scripture to go into that house, which is yourself, which is going to go into what the apostle just said about Jake having a way out and not choosing it. This is Ecclesiastes 10 and 18 says, but much slothfulness, the building decayed, and through idleness of the hand, the house falling through, dropping through. So you don't tend to yourself, you'll fall off, you'll fall away, man, because you represent a house too. So when you have a chance to leave a situation, a toxic situation, go. But like you said, we were talking to them. Jake thinking about how the next nigga gonna sex you.
Brother, and I can relate to that. Well, we were the Elder Yatzazak. It was really the Elder Yatzazak said it. Yeah, man, the Lord, get out. Get out. Right? And I was like, wow, that's so, because I've been there. I'm speaking from experience, but and then this brother jumped in there and we was like, yo, we were like right on. And it was like, yo, I bet, because it's a demon. Like, you see, mortified, you gotta fight that. That's being weak. Like emotions.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, you know, you gotta get away from this particular wicked ass bitch. It's all top. I mean, your health is deteriorating. You drinking a lot more. You all fucked up, man. And then, but the Lord is telling you, you praying to the Lord. The Lord already done told you, look, you gotta leave. Come on, man. For us that's been in this truth, you brothers, if you've been in this truth, if you've been in the truth for 3 years, okay, at that point, you a brother that's in this truth, you in the camp, and you were an officer, or you were up and coming brother, you teaching, speaking, doing video. By that point, the Lord has already supped with you, man.
Yeah.
So, you know the Lord is dealing with you, man. Like, yo, and like, yo, I gotta go. Right? But your ego, like me and my man here said, right? But then the demon, I know I've been through it. I leave, though. I know she don't get another dude. And then Satan, no, then the reels start going. The reels, you start seeing the films in your head.
Yeah.
I'm her with another dude, the dude sitting there.
Nigga go poke in the driveway.
And shit, the dude kissing her, the dude hugging her. The dude, he in the car driving with her. And in your mind, you like, nah, it's my woman. Can't nobody have that. Nigga, it ain't your woman. See, but that goes back to the demon of idolizing these women. You nasty slut. You was dark, niggas were darking you out before I got to you. Look, man, brother, a woman is not your, we ain't got no woman. Apostle Kabbalah, we ain't got no woman. Like, yo, bro, before you got to her, unless you got her as a virgin.
Right, good luck. Leasing.
You just leasing these women.
Yeah.
You know how many women I've been dealing with, man, over the years? God, brother, you're just leasing that woman. Even if you put a baby in her, so what? You drop your seed in there. What that mean? Come on, man. Even if you the first one to put seed in there, so what? She was with other men before you put you just happen to drop your seed. You just happen to leave a deposit.
Establish child support.
There you go.
Establish child support.
There you go.
When she get mad.
So you understand? You're just leasing these women. Eddie Murphy said that in Raw. You're just leasing the pussy with an option to buy. But be careful because you lose half of the trade-in. You understand what I'm saying? There you go. But what we got next? Somebody hold us up? Come on with it.
Back up the brother house. It's 2 Maccabees 2:29. Right? It says, whereas the master builder of a new house must care for the whole building, but he that undertaketh to set it out and paint it must seek out fit things for the adorning thereof.
Fit things?
Fit things for the adorning thereof.
Hey,
even so,
I'm sorry, it's like it, brother. Because like I say, when you start a new business, there's a lot of planning that you have to do in order for that business to succeed.
And this brother knows about that.
You know?
This elder, not to cut you off, like this elder, the elder Ariana, they know all about that. So this brother speaking from experience.
And you know, one thing that will get you caught up is not forecasting. Not saying, well, I'm gonna need this certain amount of revenue in order for me to sustain myself. And you know, because when you're first starting off a business, you're gonna have to get dipped into you're gonna be negative, right? So you want ample enough of reserve cash when something happens that you don't have to dip into the profit that you just made. But if you're strictly going off of well, I got some business, you know, I finance it, I'm paying this much amount, that much amount, this much amount, and there's no money coming in, well, you wouldn't give yourself enough breathing room, and more likely that business will fail within 1 or 2 years. So you gotta count the costs. Yep. You gotta count the costs. When you go into certain business, you have to count the costs. Even, you know what I'm saying, dealing with females, man. You gotta count the costs. You got one, do you need another one? Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so sometimes, well, hey, that goes back into ego. Because the elder just said, man, fuck, I know I can have other, I'm an Israelite. Yeah, you can. Oh man, but that's all on the old school scripture. All things are lawful, but not expedient. Yeah, and okay, we men, whatever, right? Like getting some putty on the side is cool. Like I said, what I said earlier. If you got you a so-called wifey, you can, but your situation, you can't afford to have another wife. That's my side woman. Fucking don't have the side woman. Go to, like I said, man, visit the striptease establishments. Frequent the striptease establishments. Gentlemen's clubs, establishments. We gotta say it proper, brother. We don't care. Okay, the gentlemen's club establishments. Or you do go online and order you something, man. That's right, I said it. For you feminine, sensitive. Oh, good thing you can deal with prostitutes. How could they be the men of the Lord? Yeah.
You make songs about it, bro. Get some bread, get some head, and leave.
As soon as you can talk to me, you got the hand up.
Yeah. As soon as you talk to them, you might want to cut to the chase.
Well, they had a song out years ago, back in the 90s. I forget which group it was. Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my bills? Destiny Child. That was Beyonce. Yeah, you know that song. Can you pay my bills? Then prior to that, in the 80s, Janet Jackson, gotta have the J.O.B. if you want to be there. Eddie Murphy went after that. I don't want no scrubs.
Can't be sitting in the passenger side.
Ain't nothing going on but the rent. That was a song, Janet Jackson. That was in the mid-80s. Got to have a J.O.B. if you want to be with me. That was the 80s. So that spirit was already out there. Yeah, gotta have a J.O.B. if you want to be with me. And the song starts off like that.
Love for hire, pretty much.
Yeah. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. That motherfucking Janet Jackson. Right? See, that was going on back then, man. So that's not a prostitute?
Right, that's
Yeah. Oh, Madonna. Well, I'm still from Eddie Murphy. Watch stand-up comedy Raw. He went into it. Madonna. Living in the material world, and I am a material girl. Material girl, she letting you know, look, this pussy, I'm a material girl. That's right. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about. This is a material world, but we got to be spiritual men in the physical material world.
You gotta pay to play, like they say, right?
Yeah, you got to pay to play. You mean other than that was that you got to pay to play.
Yeah. Even if you have a wife, there's still certain responsibilities that you have to ensure as a man.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? To please her for her life. But it's not a bad thing, because that's just part of being married. Part of duties. You know what I'm saying? So,
but then you got to make sure. See, this is the thing, and I tell brothers this all the time. It's true. If you got a woman, Apostle, I've always said this. Yeah, you got a woman, man. You're supposed to take care of your woman. You got to. Pretty much what the elders said. Like, hey, Apostle told us, I said, look, man, you brothers dealing with a woman. You're supposed to be sitting there living off your woman, man. But if y'all next, man, we taught this.
Yeah.
We get on women, but we get on dudes too. Like, yo, you brothers, man, we better not find out none of you brothers sitting there. You got a woman, she on welfare, and you sitting there living off your woman's food stamps and welfare and all that. Nah, man, we'll deal with you, man. You with a woman, you living, she got Section 8, you just laying up in the house, playing video games and eating the Captain Crunch up and all that shit. Nah, man, that fuckboy shit. Better not find out brothers being no fuckboys, man. You got a woman, you get out there, you work, you do what you gotta do, a hustle, and you put your niche in. But the bitch better be doing her part too, man. The woman just mooching off you, using you, and you were working hard, you coming in there, and she up there getting fat and smoking Blue Port 100s and drinking Coca-Cola and smoking weed. Yeah. Now we ain't dealing with that, man. And then you come home, ain't no food left. You maybe with the food. I asked some oodles and noodles in there. Nah, man, nah. She gotta be doing the right thing too. She gotta be a woman. You come home, she got dinner for you, whatever. The kids are taken care of. You and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? But it's the choices, man. You brothers gotta choose the right woman. You know what one is being. You gotta don't be so quick, man. Like yo, man. I know it's hard. As a young man, I did it. It's a rite of passage. As a young man, you just want to poke. You just want to poke everything, man. You know what I'm saying? When you're a young man, you fire. You're like a dog with a thirsty dog in the summertime. But we gotta be spiritual. That's the truth. Don't just want to poke your shit and everything, man. Just be spiritual and find out about a bitch before you get with her, man. Examine it, do your homework, count the cost. Even with dealing with a woman, when you come in this truth, you gotta count that cost too. We had conversations earlier. A lot of brothers fell out the truth because of women. A lot of brothers fell out the truth over different things. Certain brothers fell out the truth because they got offended. They couldn't get their way, or a brother said something to them they didn't like, or they were catching hell. You understand? Brothers fell out the truth because, nah, man, yo, man, I didn't sign on for this. Yo, man, since I've been in this thing, my woman left me, my car broke down, lost my job. Fuck this shit, yo. Ever since I've been with these niggas, this shit like my family look at me sideways. Even my own mama looking at me crazy. My family don't interact with me the way that they used to. And dudes are leaving because they didn't count the cost. You know what I mean? Everything that we've been bringing out. Anybody got anything? We're going to wrap it up soon. So, Edgar, we've been going for how long? We've been going? Okay, guys. Beautiful. Hey, come on, you read first.
This is the book of Sirach 7:26. It says, "Hast thou a wife after thy mind?" ? It says, forsake her not, but give not yourself over to a light woman.
That's right. That's right. Oh, man, brothers, come on, man. Let's keep it real. Like, when you go out here to so-called meet a woman or be looking for a woman, we're spiritual men of wisdom. We got the scriptures, and the scriptures give you understanding. You just not supposed to just get with any old broad, man. You meet a woman, you know the bitch is a piece of shit. Yeah. You know she a piece of shit, and you just gonna go ahead and throw you off because you just desperate to have a woman. Sometimes be comfortable being by yourself and wait for the Lord. Hey, pray to the Lord for a woman, man. Like, but the woman you see, she's a piece of shit, and you just gonna jump with her. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get on with her and say, hey, she's on. You leaving, brother? Yeah. Hey, brother, beautiful happening. You leaving? Yeah, we're gonna go. Okay, hey, man. So, hey, good seeing you, brothers, man. Hey, the water brother, sitting in with us, man. Hey, safe travels to you, brothers, man. It was beautiful seeing you, brothers, man. Lord willing, we're gonna do this again, man. Hey, Shalom. Oh, this brother leaving too? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, so what campus you brothers? In Nashville campus. Leaving, so we getting these brothers out. And the water for coming, brothers. The water for coming, man. It's beautiful having y'all, man. I wish I could stay longer, but we'll do it again, man. Hey, Shalom, brother. God bless you. It's beautiful having you, brothers, man. Hey, you brothers have safe travels, man. Brother. Good. Yeah, the Nashville brothers are leaving, they got a split. So we're gonna continue on with the lesson, you know what I mean? But hey, you brothers, I just pray for these brothers there. Hey, how much you shot with a die? Hey, but it was beautiful. We had Nashville, Tennessee. Hey, Lord willing, I gotta get out there. That'll be one of my next stops, man. Alright? Hey, that'll be one of my next stops. So me and some of the Dallas brothers. We gotta make our way out to Nashville, man. Real talk, real talk. Hey, you gotta cut Nashville. Okay. We gotta make our way out to Nashville, man. Well, hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. We gonna go make the rounds, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on with it, my brother. All right, let's pull it in order. Let's put this big brothers out. Let's pull it in order.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 28. And Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you, that he which shall follow me in the regeneration, the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory. He also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And everyone that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive an hundredfold, and shall inherit everlasting life. You know, because the point of that is that nobody in this room woke up one day and decided, you know what, I'm going out to the highways. You know what, I'm going out to the street corner, I'm going to open up this Bible, and I'm going to start speaking. Right. It was the spirit that the Most High put inside of you, and the reward that the men before us did, the spirit was already inside of them to do the particular work. But they didn't understand why they were doing it. So, you know, Yahushua, you know, we forsake it all and fall after thee. You know, to do that work and labor in our vineyard, you know, what are we doing it for?
Right.
You know, and that's the main question. And he answered it for, you know, you're going to sit on 12 thrones judging the house of Israel, you know, for the most part.
Our righteous to forget our work and our labor of love, like it says in Hebrews 6 chapter, man. So we're not doing this thing in vain, because Jake, a lot of times think we just told them just because they maybe not visually seeing the certain fruits of the labor, but it's gonna come. You know what I'm saying? The vision's what you want in time. Exactly. Yep.
And you made a beautiful point. It's like basically, what's the question behind it? What are we doing it for, right? This is Philippians chapter 3. This is Philippians chapter 3, and I start at verse 7. It says, "For what things were gained to me, those I counted loss for Hamashiach." It says, verse 8, "For yea, doubtless I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Hamashiach Yahushua, my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them." It says, "And do count them dung, that I may win Hamashiach." So that's what we're doing it for. So that we can win Hamashiach, you know, gain the coverings, you know, actually receive, be the first fruits to receive the promises, the covenants, the blessings, to get the salvation. You know, we're ultimately looking for the victory. That's why it tells us in Wisdom of Solomon that our hope is full of immortality. Right. You know,
set your affections on things above. You know, like it says in Colossians 3. This world as we know it is temporal, man. They don't compare it to the glory that we have to look forward to. You know?
Cain.
Also, anything you want to close out with?
No, y'all got it, man. Y'all got it, man. Y'all, amen. Run, y'all Kai, y'all. Amen. Y'all roll with it, man. Mike, y'all.
I think it's been made.
Yeah. Come, man. So with all being said, y'all closing out, man. Y'all closing out.
And so with all being said, Lord willing this edified, we want to say
Call
honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, peace and blessings to the elect. Until next time, shalom. What are you flowing, man?